Hi, I'm Michael from MDC, and today we're going to have a look at your XPEDITION hauler. It's 7.4 long. XPEDITION hauler is canvas front as in a camper trailer, but a toy hauler on the back, so you can put your bikes, your buggies, whatever on the back of it. To start our journey, we're going to talk about things that you do before you come and turn up to us to pick up your van. One is make sure that you got a brake controller in your car. The brake controller will assist you in your brakes on your van. Okay, with that you need the 12-pin plug, which has got the bottom 7 is exactly the same as a normal flat 7. All right, but we have another wire going to the number 12 pin, which gives you power for your breakaway system. The other thing is your 50 amp Anderson plug. So that's 50 Anderson plug. So that's going to help you with your charging of your batteries. So you've got a full battery system when you get to where you're going. Also guys, you need to remove the tow ball off your car. And saying that, your tongue needs to look like this when you turn up. Okay, so ball off. Okay, so we can attach our receiver that goes on the DO35 or polyblock, whichever, so therefore we can get you on the road. This has got a DO35 hitch on it, and this is how you set it up. On hooking up from your van to your car, guys, so basically it's just a pin that goes underneath it. Basically once you're over the top, with the jockey wheel you wind down as far as it goes, as in like once the jockey wheel becomes loose, all ball weight is here, push the red button. That means it's locked on. Okay, so once this button is pushed and this little arc comes forward, that means it's locked on. To get it off, push the button down, push that back, release the button, and you open up the throat, and then you wind the jockey wheel off. But we're hooking up at the moment, so button down, and then 12-pin plug. Plug that in just there, secure it. Your Anderson plug, 50 amp, charging of the batteries. Plug that in, and then chain. By law, you have to cross the chains, okay? So it does a support roll for anything should happen. Okay, once you cross your chains, what it does, it acts as a cradle. So if anything should fail here, it falls into a cradle, so it supports the towing of the van. Obviously you'll know what's coming off. Instead of, if the chains were straight up and down to there, what it could happen is it could dig in, essentially flip on the car, and that's what we don't want. All right, so hence why you've got to cross your chains. Also, breakaway unit. Now this must be attached to your chassis, not to your chains, all right? Has to be to the chassis of your car. So, easiest part on this car is around this bar that's here. If your van comes detached from the car, this, your breakaway unit, on this wire, it pulls out, okay? And then it activates the electric brakes that are in there. So the brake comes on so it doesn't career around the road or anything. Comes on until you can push that back in, resets everything. And then jockey wheel up. So pull the pin, bring it up, make sure those pins go back in through here, handle up, handbrake off. You're done, you're ready to go. On your jockey wheel here, guys, every time you're taking it off from the car, be it camping, at home, whatever, what I would suggest is have the wheel running crossways across your van. Not vertical with the van, but crossways with your van. It seems to support your A-frame a lot better. But also, when you're reversing on, if you miss it a little bit, you're able to move on the wheel itself, not move the whole jockey wheel. So you're moving on the wheel first. So for safety reasons and so forth, and that, make sure you're having your jockey wheel run across your van. Stabilizers. Pull the handle, let it drop down into position. You grab your wind down bar, put it inside, and you wind it out. You bring up the fan a little bit. This is not a jack, this is a stabilizing leg. With your XPEDITION hauler, basically it is a forward fold on this trailer. First box here is your fridge slide. Okay, so you open up there, it's got 12-volt socket in there so you can plug your fridge in and such. Blue tab down, pull that out, nice big fridge place for your fridge. On your second compartment here on your toy hauler, basically in here is your pole holder and your pantry drawer. If some people want to build up the sides and make a bigger box in there, you can do so. All right, but this is your pantry slide and that's your pole holder. On your Expedition hauler also, you get a Fusion stereo system. The deck is just inside the doorway here, but you've got external speakers, okay? With your Fusion gear, it's definitely 100% waterproof, so you can go through river crossings and such, all right? Maybe not so great if you submerge the trailer and leave it there for a couple of hours just because you've taken the wrong drive line. The back tray here is for your toys. Bikes, buggies, maybe even little canoes or whichever, as long as you strap it down to these fastening points and such, but it's whatever you want to put on the back. Also at the rear, you've got your home and reef in here, so you can use that as a recovery point in case you need it. On your hauler here, basically the rear compartment on the driver's side, if you pop these latches, okay, this is where your water pump is and your lines and so forth. On your Expedition hauler, basically just in front of the compartment where the water pump is where your inlet valves are for your filling your water tanks. Basically, big silver key, put her in there, and this is your filling point. You have two 80-litre water tanks under the back, and they fill separately. Just on another note, when you're filling them up, grab some food grade hose. Don't use them with your hose out of your garden and such, because it leaves that tinge in your tank, all right? Basically, when we undo this, is still your pole holder at the top, which you can access both sides. So on the left hand, right, so this is the right hand side, and just underneath that's just a storage box. So basically, whatever you put in there, make sure it fits. If it doesn't fit, don't force it in, because you don't want to get yourself all sardines on the outside of your box here. The next compartment along on your Expedition hauler is basically just another storage compartment, okay? Open her up, tab down, little storage drawer just there. On the right hand side, which is your driver's side, is a 4 kilo gas bottle holder, all right? And it's all plumbed back to your kitchen and such, so that's where your 4 kilo gas bottle holder goes. On the left hand side is your jerry can holder, all right? So either diesel, water, whatever you want to put in there, okay? In the middle is a box, compartment box is for your whatever storage or canvas or whichever you'd like to put in there. It's just another storage box on the front. Just under these two cushions here, basically there's a couple of nice bins in there for storage wise. So anything that can fit, put in there. If it can't fit in there, don't place it in there. Each compartment is also sealed with automotive seals, okay? So basically when you do close any cabinet up, all right, if you feel like it's not tightening that as well as it should, this is a little 10mm spanner. Undo that, quarter turn, do it back up, because what it's doing is just pulling in that a little bit further into there. So between 60 and 80% is what these rubbers are supposed to be done at, not 90, 95%, because it actually reverses what it's supposed to be doing. All right, so let's make sure that it's nice and firm, not over ridiculously tight. Just past your steps is where your electrical compartment is. So you just pop these locks, open up, and there it is. Okay, so you turn bits and pieces on and off. Okay, and you've got water pump and lights and so forth in there. All right, you've got a couple of USB ports, a couple of 12-volt ports. You can plug whatever you need to into that, charge everything up. And there's your water gauge. So you can always monitor your water, because you've got two 80-litre tanks at the rear. All right, so that's your water gauges there. Here on your Expedition hauler is where all your electrics are. So in here, you've got your battery, your activator for your electric opening, your BM1230, which is your battery management system for your red arc, and above that is a pure inverter. Okay, so that's in this little compartment here. With your pure sine inverter, it's 1000 watts, it's constant 1000 watt, you know, so you can plug bits and pieces into it. Your management system, BM1230, basically that means it converts 12 volt with 30 amp. Okay, so that's all there, and that you can plug that into 240. All right, so you're at a powered site and such, bang, you plug that in there, that's no problem, that takes care of that. Solar at the front takes care of that as well. This black and silver arm here is your automatic folding system for your forward fold tent that's on top of your Expedition hauler. You hit in and out as in open and closed. okay, but this is your automatic folding system in here. Just in through this compartment as well, you can reach inside. There's a kill switch in there, turning everything on and off. So your kill switch, like I said, you get to it outside, but internally as well, you can turn it off and you can turn it back on. This is your Red Arc management system, control panel here. When you hit the arrows up and down, that selects what you want to go through your menu. When you get to a certain one, you go left or right, and then it can change any bit and piece, all right? So if you want to adjust anything in settings, and it's more or less when you're at home, because if you're at home and not using it, you've got to put it on storage mode. When you're going to use it, you put it back into touring mode. Okay, so, and that's where you select it down here. That's your selection panel on there. Now, just under that is where you got 2 USB outlets, all right? And just beside that is one 12 volt, where you can plug your lights in, as what we've done here. All right, so there's plenty of power usage right there, and that's the your BM 1230 management system. On your Expedition hauler, the back compartment on the left-hand side is your kitchen. So you just pop the locks down. Basically the bottom handle, don't pull the top one, the bottom handle, there's like a little handbrake cable here. You pull it out, let it go when it's halfway out. Keep coming, it locks into place. Just pop the handle back down. And remember this top one is an extension bench, okay? So don't pull it out with that. It's basically your 2 glass lids, one over your nice little deep sink and drainer there, and then you've got a 3 burner Dometic stove on this side. Just underneath, guys, is basically you've got a cutlery drawer. All your bits and pieces go in there. Underneath the sink here is an opening as with all your gas, your water and your 12 volt. Obviously you've got a plumb and play each time. So where you hook up your water is at the front of the kitchen here. Basically the orange cap, you take that off, you hook your water in, and the gas is out through the bottom, around the corner, and there's a little black, you pop up, and then it's at the back of the trailer there. So you push in, turn to the right. That's all you got to do. Basically when you want to light your kitchen, you've got your 12 volt plug it into your 12 volt, okay? Obviously you have your gas plugged in and then turned on. So when you want to light it, basically push the button in, turn it to the big flame, choose the right one, which is this one here. Bang, you're gonna hit the 12 volt, spark's gonna come, flame's gonna hit, hold it on for 5 seconds, and just release it. And when you want to turn it off, basically it's just turn it back to the dot, it'll go out. So packing your kitchen away, guys, you've got to unhook everything. So unhook the water, unhook the gas, and push all the lines back up through the middle or put them back through the front, all right? Closing the lids, making sure your tap handle is down, closing that as such. Now, when you are cooking, you want to close the lid and such, it's got to be half an hour before you close the lid. Yes, on here it says 15 minutes, but I would like you to leave it half an hour, just so there's no heat in there at all that could crack or shatter this at any time. All right, so if you leave for half an hour, that's going to be better for you. All right, so once everything is unhooked, pushed back up in under the hole at the bottom, what you're going to do, grab the handle, release the brake. All right, let it go when you're halfway in, push it away, make sure she locks, push that handle back down, lift up, and lock away. And that's it, kitchen away. Just above your kitchen drawer or kitchen pull-out area is a light. That's that one there, just at the end of your electrics. Inside that panel is beside you. All right, and this is your light, so obviously you can see what you're cooking. And simply just turn it off, hit the button again. On conclusion with your Expedition hauler, right, make sure you download your manuals for all the maintenance that you got to do on your trailer and your tent and such. Take it out, make some memories with the families, and escape with confidence.